You are now watching Frednet Productions.
You know, after a year, this couch is still very uncomfortable. Well, to be honest, it's not my choice. You are the one that bought them. I guess you're right about that. Oh no, I might teleport you somewhere. Please don't. What? You're not open with the idea of becoming some sort of demon slayer? What? And here we are. Oh, why do I always have to fall? Comedic relief, silly. Is this a poorly done green screen? No, of course, don't you look around? Wait, are we in Demon Slayer? Precisely. Well, what are we doing that way here? Find Mitsuri and raise her up or something? Oh, you perverted fool. Wait, what did... Of course not. We're gonna be looking for demons to slay. Hey, I'm over here. Anyways, can you guys find any demons there? Ignore the screaming, please. Ignore it. Oh no, a demon! Someone help us! Is that Rengoku? Oh, I just wanted to use the green screen, to be honest. On to the tour review. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your boy Joe, and today we'll be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Kyojuro Rengoku. Now, real quick, I know I've been gone for about 2 months now. I'm sorry, I've been caught up with school and stuff and life. I explained most of it in my 300 subscriber special, or my 300 subscriber video. Thank you once again. Can't thank you enough for 300 subscribers. And, oh yeah, Happy New Year, by the way. And Merry Christmas, late Merry Christmas. Let me know what you guys got for Christmas, by the way. I got this thing. And, if you want one for yourself, go ahead and check it out in the link description. Anyways, moving on to the box. Here we have, sorry about that. Here we have the Bandai logo. There says Kyojuro Rengoku. Says a bunch of stuff with about SH Figuarts, picture of the figure, and the cool battle damage face. SH Figuarts again. Moving the camera a little bit, you can see the SH Figuarts Rengoku picture. More Rengoku. There's the back of the box and cool stuff. More about SH Figuarts, and there's pictures of Rengoku. Side of the box. There's not much at the top and not much at the bottom. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure that has to offer. And here we have... Oh, wait, no. This is the statue of Rinkin. Thank you, by the way. Here is the figure out of its cardboard packaging. And from what I could tell, it's a beautiful-looking figure. Bandai Tamashii Nations really did a great job on this guy. And from what I could tell, this guy looks beautiful. My goat, Rengoku. Get it? Okay, my bad. You can see the beautiful face details. More on the faces later, when we get into accessories and stuff. Great articulation from what I could tell. This is a really unique peg system right there. I'll get more into it. Beautifully sculpted, or, beautiful paint for the scabbard right there, the nice shining. And we'll see more on the other accessories. The belt looks great. Everything is show accurate. I'd say it's kind of giving that Roger Rabbit effect, when something looks so good outside of an animation or a cartoon. Then overall, yeah, he looks beautiful. Look at I like the individual sculpting for his uniform. The leg warmers are nice and look, completely show accurate. His sandals look great. His hair is also really good. I gotta point that out. And also, little ball joints for his hair. I didn't expect his hair to be, posable like that, but there you go. And but the hair is really sharp, so you gotta be careful when shooting faces and stuff. That kind of hurts. And then let's go ahead and check out the most complained part about this figure, which is the cape. Which I do agree at some points where people say that it would better have been off as a cloth cape. But personally, I don't mind the plastic cape too much, as I don't really do that much posing with it when I put them on my shelf. So it doesn't really bother me too much. It can sometimes get in the way, but overall, it isn't that big of a deal, for me, at least. But yeah, I can see why it bothers some people, and it would have been good for a cloth cape, similar to the Buzz mod one. Anyways, but yeah, that's all pretty much I can say about the figure. Now let's go ahead and see what this figure has to offer. When it comes to this figure and his accessories, he has a good amount. And taking a closer look at his sword, he has a really beautiful detailing by Tamashii Nations. This sword looks terrific for such a small size. Once again, the scabbard looks great. The Japanese writing right there. I don't want to be like offend anybody, so I'm not gonna say incantations or whatnot. But yeah, the Japanese writing looks great on it. The handle, of course, looks great, like you've seen before. One thing is cool that the scabbard is actually removable if you take it off, so you can kind of have that moment where like Tanjiro holds it, and like in this show, after a certain moment happens. Anyways, the sword's beautiful, and it also looks really good. Now let's move on to his face accessories, starting with this neutral smiling face that we see in a lot of the anime and the manga, as seen on the book cover. The manga cover. So yeah, there's this face, a serious face, a closed eyes and smiling face, a tasty face. Yeah, sorry, I'm bad. An angry teeth gritty face while looking to the side. And finally we have moving on. To his hands we have some fisted hands, some open relaxed hands, some sword holding hands, and finally we have some more open hands, or like action hands. I don't know. I guess just to recreate the pose. And that wraps up most of his accessories. Well, except for the fact that Tamashii Nations really didn't include any fire accessories. Thanks, Bandai. But I do have an exception. If I take this fire piece from my Freddy vs. Jason review, go and watch that video there. Also in the description as well. I could take this fire piece, and if I simply attach it like so, and there we have a nice looking whoosh effect. And when you insert the sword into his hand, which it actually isn't that much of a tight fit, it fits in rather well. And I feel that really pieces it all together. If only Tamashii Nations included a fire effect for the literal flame Hashira. And since we did have him in a pose, might as well talk about his posability. To which I'm gonna start by taking off his cape, which is a simple little clip that it just simply locks into the neck. And there we go. Well, now that's removed, we can also reveal this, this design right here, this word that means, I think, destroy in Japanese, it's like kanji. I'm not trying to wrongly assume, just saying it. I'm pretty sure it means kanji. Let's take off the sword, so just to, so it doesn't look possibility. It also makes him look like he has a long neck, though. Like, that's not that good. Ooh. Yikes. Anyways, he can move his head up that far. He can move his head down that far. His hair has actual posability, so you can hit a ball joint at both of these hair tufts, ball joint at his little bun, which means it can swivel around, and another ball joint at the back of the hair, which allows him to look up and down perfectly without any limits. Double ball joint at the neck of the peg, and then the base of the head, also at a ball joint, which allows for pretty good head pivots. Arm can move out that far, well, actually can move out really far, considering the mechanism. If you can look inside and see, it's like a hinge. It's better coming on my person, but if you look closely, you can see it's a hinge, which allows for up and down. There's a ball joint, which allows for all the movement, and then there's another hinge right there, which allows for more up and down. So if you can push that back in, it's crazy how they did that with the Rengoku figure. It's crazy what Tamashii Nations can do. And then there's also an extra ball joint here, which allows the arm to go all the way around. Swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, swivel at the hand, be a ball joint, and a hinge at the wrist. And then moving on to the midsection, he can arch back that far, he can crunch that far, and then that's pretty much it. And then which that doesn't mean he can swivel at the waist. Well, not really waist, but it's more of a midsection swivel. Legs spread out that far. He can kick out that far. He can kick back that far. Swivel at the base thigh. Single jointed knee, but that doesn't mean it's bad articulation. Pretty good seamlessness, except for the open gaps right there. It's a little bit of a picky, but separate joint here, or maybe just a separate attachment. I don't want to risk breaking the figure. Hinge at the foot, and a toe bend right there. Kind of breaks the sculpt, but what can you do? Then also a pivot at the foot. And that's not even all of it. We still have his cape, which has a peg, so it swivels right here, so you can get those flaps over his shoulders. Same twice for the other side. Each of these is on a hinge joint, so you can get a hinge up for all of the flaps of the cape, with each of them being able to swivel so you can pose to your heart's content. And of course, there's a hinge at the base here, so it can stretch out if you want the cape being outwards or just basically just flat in his neck. And that's pretty much it for articulation and posability. Size comparison time. Here he is next to my last really NECA toys, Freddy vs. Jason. Here he is next to the Figma Doomslayer. Here he is next to the SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark 6. Here he is next to my custom Ippo figure. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review of that guy. But have you seen the new Figure Storm collector's one? Definitely will be getting. Here he is next to an SH Figuarts Goku I've had laying around. Here he is next to the Devil from Cuphead, missing an arm. Here he is to the Bandai Chibi Series Rengoku that my friend got me, or they gave to me. Thank you, Jen. And here he is next to Lightning McQueen. Overall, this figure's great. You can really get some good poses with this guy. Really great. And I would recommend this figure to any collector who's into Demon Slayer, or any Demon Slayer fan as a whole who isn't even that big on collecting. Now, would I say he's worth the price with the accessory he comes with? No, but I'd say Rengoku as a whole is worth it, regardless of price. But anyway, that is all the time I have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Look good, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. And once again, thank you for 300 subscribers.